Coach, I saw there was some really close results from the challenge. What was the final giveaway from the tournament?
Yeah, look, the Supersport Challenge was a bit not new because it was similar to the old Vodacom Cup. So we knew the bigger unions, so-called bigger unions, franchise unions, are gonna have stronger teams just because of their bigger squads, and if they're not on tour, those guys are available, the extra guys are available. But look, we went into the tournament to win it. I mean, we don't prepare to lose.
Exactly.
So we always prepare to win, doesn't matter who we play. And yeah, we had some close losses, but we also had some big losses. So look, we feel we were unlucky against the Lions. The first game away at
I saw that.
That was that 28-27 loss. We feel we were really unlucky there, both in the way we played on the day and also with a few calls going against us that was confirmed afterwards by the referees. So that was bad because it's a game we should have won. It's a game early in the competition, which would have given the guys a lot of confidence, because even that team of the Lions was a good team. They fielded some good players there that ended up playing some Super Rugby later in the year. So yeah, then obviously we lost against the Bulls by 7 points at home, which is also a game we felt we could have won. Which was the other one? The Valvichas we lost away was just the players were a bit complacent, and there's one or two things we looked at that we hindsight is an exact science, so it was easy to see afterwards where things went wrong slightly. So we talk about there's two ways you can fall in terms of your mental preparation before a game. I'm going off topic a bit, but you can either underestimate your opponents, which is as dangerous as fearing your opponents. So we would like to be in the middle of those two, which is respecting the opponents. Doesn't matter who you play against, doesn't matter where you play. Coach Rudy always says that if you play against a man and his dog and some kids playing behind the poles, your motivation should be the same as playing in a full Alice Park. That is how your mental prep should be. So and that's something we try to install with the players, but it's taking time. It's taking time. So, at the end of the day, we were very disappointed. We said, just let's get into the quarterfinals. After the one or two losses we picked up, let's get into the quarters. Let's finish best third. Let's see if we can get one of those. Unfortunately, we didn't do that. But look, we took a lot from the tournament in terms of we know we can compete. Doesn't matter which teams guys field, because against the Lions, yes, we ended up with a bad hiding in the second game, the home game, but we competed for 50 minutes. We were within catching distance with 50 minutes gone against a team that fielded 14 Super Rugby players.
You mentioned big losses. There were some big losses. What would you say was the difference between yourselves and the other teams?
I think there we've identified speed and the quickness of reaction as a area that we need to improve, because the higher your players that are exposed to higher levels of rugby are exposed to things happening quicker. that is, for us, that's the biggest difference. If you get two players that's got the same, they're equally talented, but the one gets exposed to a higher level of rugby, that guy will learn how to react quicker, to move quicker, to keep on putting in the effort, because things are happening quicker and they get exposed. So look, there's a few things. That the big loss against the Lions was we just made too many defensive errors, especially off kick-off. We didn't hold the width in our defence, so that's something we fixed, and it was easy to fix. We fixed it for the next game. Guys just got too narrow because they were too worried about the inside, and then they just easily played around us. That was the one. Against the Bulls, which was the other big loss, those were the two big losses against the Lions and against the Blue Bulls. And it's interesting, we'll talk about that now. The Bulls' problem at Loftus in our second game, I think we gave away 4 or 5 tries from scrums, directly from scrums. Look, again, in hindsight, and after speaking to Bali Swart and talking about him on some clips, there were some illegal tactics that we should have adapted to easier. That's the other thing. That's the other difference between the higher level of rugby and depending on how you go through. I mean, even between Super Rugby and the Springboks. It's just your ability to adapt when things don't go the way that you've planned or don't go the way that you used to, is the ability to adapt, especially in a specialized position like front row, where it's all technique and tricks of the trade and so on.
Right. And then before we close, Coach, would you say Western Province were the rightful winners?
I think so. They were consistent. They were consistent throughout the competition. Look, I think that the two right teams played in the final. I think Griquas were worthy finalists. They played quite well. The difference between this competition and others, it's a difficult question to answer in detail, because unlike the Vodacom Cup, we were in 3 pools. So we didn't really get exposed to the other teams that much. But I think, I mean, they went through, they won they came into the quarters, they finished well in their pools, came through the quarters, and both of them, I mean, Griquas beat the Lions, so I mean, it's not an easy feat, that, and yeah, I think it could have gone either way. I just think, I mean, obviously Western Province, having the players that are exposed to a higher level of rugby, even just training with Super Rugby in Super Rugby squads, makes a difference. So I think they just had a bit too much firepower for the Griquas. So.
Oh, okay. Alright, Coach, and then lastly, what do you think is going to take for you guys to have a better push next season?
Look, we're continuously looking to improve, firstly, the players that's available to us in the squad, and secondly, look, at the moment we're trying to improve the squad. We're identifying areas that we need to improve. At the same time, we need, you know, we've had quite a few injuries in specific positions. That takes the competition in that position away. So, and competition is always healthy because it pushes the guys to bring the best out of it. And that is definitely something we're constantly looking at, because with a small squad, we need durable players. And we're slowly getting to a place where the difference between, whereas a few years ago the difference between our first choice and our second or third choice players were bigger, we're getting those gaps a bit smaller. And you need 2 good fly-offs, you need 3 good scrummies, you know, and so we can go on. So you need at least 2 good players in each position. I mean, that takes your squad to 30, and our squad is 33. So so we're looking to get that right, number one. Number two, we also, I mean, this was a good learning curve for us. We've already tweaked some stuff between the Supersport Challenge and the Curry Cup now that has already started. So we've already tweaked some technical and game plan things. So we're moving in the right direction. So hopefully we can keep doing that, and then by the time we hit the Supersport Challenge, with a few additions to the squad and strengthening it a little bit, together with the skill development that continuously happens, we'll be in with a better performance next year.
All right. No, thank you so much, Coach, and all the best.
Thank you very much. Thanks.